Welcome to episode 2 of Bullish or Bullshit. I'm very excited to dive straight into this for the coin SBET, in which I called just a few days ago around right here, 5.1 million market cap. And straight away it did about, what did it do? It did a 2.78x. And the reason I'm doing now an episode of Bullish or Bullshit is because there's been some FUD come out, bro. Some FUD directly from the man himself, Joseph Lubin, the co-founder of Ethereum. So a lot to dive into. It's been really interesting past few days. So yeah, I called it 5 million, as I said, pumped to 14 million. Now it's at 7.3 million. And the chart is very interesting. So yeah, I want to dive straight into it. So yeah, he did come out a day ago, like it would have been a day and a half ago now, or 2 days ago, whatever. Yeah, a day and a half ago, he came out and said that SBET token is a pure scam. It has nothing to do with SharpLink. The real SBET is currently stock on Nasdaq. If you buy into this, you're being set up for a real rug pull. So I saw that, and I was just completely shook. I was completely surprised. I couldn't believe it. I found it honestly quite hilarious, for various reasons, in which I'll get into in this video. But I saw that, I was like, okay, really interesting. I mean, the whole initial reason that I was bullish on SBET in the first place is literally because this man himself had been liking a bunch of tweets that not just said SBET, because you know what, fair enough, SBET could get confused with the actual stock, but dude, he's not an idiot, alright? He's the co-founder of fucking Ethereum. Dude, a bunch of the tweets that he was liking, a lot of them, had the ticker in it, bro. I mean, the ticker's right here, man. The ticker's right here, you know? And a bunch of the tweets that he was liking, interacting with, had the ticker. So like, that was my initial thesis, and that's exactly why I FOMO'd in around here. And that's why I called it and, made a video on it and, but yeah, that's why I found this FUD post hilarious. It's just, it's a lot of fuckery and games going on here, which I'll get into, and keep in mind, all these thoughts that I'm going to say in this video are purely speculative, okay? Nothing I say is financial advice, and other than that, like, yeah, everything I'm saying could be the wrong ideas, not everything I say it's not gospel, I don't know if that's a given or not for some of you, but yeah, so as I said, Joseph Lubin is a co-founder of Ethereum, so he's a big deal, right? In my previous video, I explained everything that was going on with SBET, with SharpLink Gaming, the whole Ethereum strategic, basically, reserve that they're going to be doing. Well, yeah, this actually explains it for the real one, like for the real SBET, how they're going to be investing, hundreds of millions, more than $1 billion into ETH in a treasury, and that's going to be bullish for the actual stock itself, which has been holding up and doing pretty well. But as I said in the previous video, like SBET on Ethereum, like the actual small cap, it's a leveraged bet, it's a leveraged bet on that stock. And it's more than likely to get a lot of attention, like maybe even equal attention to the stock, because the stock is a Web 2 world, this is a Web 3 world. And yeah, bro, like as I said in the previous, here, I said 35 million organic volume in 12 days. So now the token's been live for 15 days. So I made that video, 3 days ago. Back then, they had 35 million volume, dude. 35 million. So across 12 days. And so now, even now, like they're trending on top 11 right now on ETH, which is, it's a big deal, They still have good volume now, 3.6. So yeah, 35 million volume. It's definitely not something to take lightly, but bro, it's just hilarious because not only did this post of calling it a pure scam, someone said as a joke, but it's also kind of serious, that he was just looking for entry. And then he said, maybe don't buy the effing dip. This is not financial advice, consider ethical advice. Bro, like, okay. Someone says, SBET is a community range just like GME. Why are these founders so out of touch with the coins that made the space more enjoyable? You owe the community an apology. You've got this backwards. Then he actually did an apology. He said he's clueless, I'm sorry, like, he just wants to make it clear that he's not promoting the coin, even though, dude, like, he knows what he's doing, bro. He's liked a bunch of tweets, like, he knows exactly what he's doing. But fair enough, he wanted to, like, clear his name a bit because he probably realized that he was doing too much. He probably realized, like, oh, shit, like, I'm showing way too much support, I think, because, bro, that's why the chart was pumping, a lot of these pumps were just because of his interactions and stuff. So, fair enough, game is game, right? Saying that it's a meme coin, fair enough, it's risky, yeah, cool. So, but you apologize, it's huge. And someone was like, yeah, just drop a picture of your dog, and, that's a universal sign of peace. So yeah, there's peace now. There's peace, between the community and himself. As an investor was saying, which is so true, is the fact that he knows, okay, that SBET has nothing to do with the stock, and it's so fucking obvious. He literally said it has nothing to do with Sharply Gaming. SBET is a ticker. Like, no shit, dude. Like, no shit. And here's the thing, he's not stupid, bro. A lot of people are like, oh, he's an idiot. Dude, he's a fucking multi-billionaire, okay? Ethereum co-founder, okay? He understands what a contract address is. He knows CA. Okay, the real SBET, they don't have a fucking on-chain coin, okay? So he knew exactly what he was doing, okay? And mind you, at the time, and even now, it was one of the top coins on Ethereum by volume, okay? So he obviously knew who we were, you know. We'll if anything, bringing a lot of attention and support to the chain. But bro, this gets even more interesting, okay? This gets even more interesting. Because not only was he FUDing it, but then he started to apologize. And you know what? I'll get to it. Just keep watching. I'll get to the good, juicy part. I'll get to it. I'll get to it. You know what? Maybe I'll just show you now. So he said, don't buy the fucking dip, okay? Then someone says, literally straight after, you can't make this up, let's flip the fucking SBET stock. Let's flip it on ETH. He puts the CA. Super bullish when the ETH co-founder tells you not to buy. And then, look at this. Dude, he liked it. He's saying it's a scam and then he doesn't endorse it. And dude, he liked the most direct possible tweet in existence. He liked the most... These pricks, man. I mean, bro, all love to, you know, all love to anyone, like, no hate. But bro, this is ridiculous, dude. This is ridiculous. He's FUDing it and then he's liking this tweet. I mean, it does not get more bullish than that. It really doesn't. Like... Oh, they know what they're doing, okay? Don't ever just assume the obvious, like, face value, which is, oh, they're so dumb, like, oh, nah. So yeah, this guy, he makes a really good point. Like, obviously, in general, there's going to be a lot of mind share from just the stock in general doing well. The stock does look like it's going to continue to do very well. Obviously, it just had its first proper pump out of nowhere. It's obviously going to consolidate and then keep running up. It's pretty much a given, dude, with what's happening and coming. And yeah, definitely watch the previous video if you haven't already, because I explained what's coming, but... Dude, the fact that ETH is about to moon, the fact that he didn't tweet... No, and here's the thing, right? There's a saying which is bad publicity is still good publicity, you know? Like, any publicity is good publicity. And the fact that he has it, like, still on his timeline is his indirectly, well, actually directly, giving a lot of exposure, a lot of eyes to the project. Like, a lot. You know, 300k impressions is a big deal, the co-founder of Ethereum. This has been here now for, like, more like a day and a half. He's giving... whether people realize it or not, a lot of, you know, attention to the coin, which is very bullish as well, you know. So yeah, he did the tweet, he apologized, you know, and the fact that it's still, like, alive and didn't just rug, like, when this candle happened, a lot of people thought we're just going to die off and that's it. But the fact that we're still consolidating here, the fact that we still have volume and there's still interest, you know, I'm not saying necessarily this is the bottom, maybe we could sweep down here again before we continue up. It would make a lot of sense, honestly, with such a crazy chart. It would make sense to just and then keep going up. But the fact that we have such a resilient community, it's, as he said here, it's like, it could be a canon event, you know. It could be the type of event that was necessary to catapult us further, and it would make a lot of sense, you know, because this pump, bro, and the dump, it didn't happen randomly, okay? I'll show you what I mean in a little bit in this video, but I'll show you exactly what I meant with the timing of everything. Yeah, it definitely survived main character FUD, and that's what the space is built on. So yeah, it's very, very, it's bullish, bro. I mean, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Say all of that 35 million volume that I was talking about before. Say the 3.6 million volume that I was talking about now. I'm showing you now. Say that's all purely community-based, and not insider in any way, but purely community. That is insanely bullish. That means the whole Ethereum space is going to rally behind this, and they're going to take this far. Okay, that's very bullish. But more than that, say it's community and a somewhat inside or play, okay, and this is purely speculative, well, then that's even more bullish. And there are a few hints that it could be somewhat, in which I'll show in this video in a sec. I'll get to it. But yeah, again, the fact that he's aware of the coin and didn't apologize is very, very bullish. That's very bullish for sure. He realized it was a mistake, he apologized. It was a good way to get rid of weak hands. All very, very much true. Here's the other thing. Literally, after the... like, because he did an interview, which I discussed in my previous video. He did an interview talking about the real SBET, like the actual SBET, like the stock and what they're doing. When that happens, dude, SBET was number 4 in trending. We had even flipped SPX, and SPX is 1.24 billion market cap, at least at the time of this post. And so my point is, there's going to be a lot of mind share. Like if and when SBET holds and continues to go up, all of that mind share of SBET, it's going to translate into this as well. Because, dude, I mean, that's exactly what happened days ago. When the interview happens, number 4 in trending, you know, and if we see here, how much volume did they have? Well, actually, you know, it's funny. It's actually funny because technically this coin was not top 4 in trending. Well, I mean, on the list it was, but into volume-wise, I had less volume than these. But, you know, regardless, though, I mean, we could even check now. Well, right now it's number 11. Yeah, now it has low volume compared to the other days. The other days it had way high volume, like 6.27, 11.31, 2.21. Yeah, so it's had very, very, very solid volume days. Yeah. So a lot of that attention that SBET in general gets, it's going to translate onto the coin. That's my point. And so here's the very, very interesting thing that I was getting to. So SBET made a post a few days ago, okay, saying that, oh, a $10 million wallet bought SBET, okay? And so they left it at that. They didn't do further research at that point. But then someone else found this out. They said that, yeah, so they said that not only was it a $10 million wallet, because it's the same wallet this guy's talking about. So not only was it a $10 million wallet, this wallet is linked to Falcon X Global, okay? Falcon X Global is the leading digital asset prime brokerage of the world's top institutions. In short, it's literally an exchange for KYC institutional people. Like, for digital assets. Like, do you know how fucking bullish that is, dude? Like, it's the biggest in the world as well. And so this guy, for example, he's speculating that it's either the Ethereum co-founder himself or someone close to him. So yeah, it could very well just be someone close to him or someone wealthy that's like kind of within the ecosystem on ETH, you know. You guys got to look at this post later. You guys got to look at it. And the thing is, apparently it was the first buy he did. It's the only token in which the wallet purchased. The only one. And the thing is that these guys, they don't even serve retail. It's just for institutions. So literally, it's the first institutional buy. It's basically what they were saying in this tweet here. Let me see. Oh, they didn't write it here. But it's literally the first institutional buy, which is, if that's not a narrative, then I don't know what is, dude. Like, I don't know what is. And yeah, I do agree that unpredictable things are going to happen here. Like, literally Elon Musk said himself, like, the most entertaining outcome is most likely, you know? So again, this was literally earlier today, and SBET before had 15.1 million volume in 24 hours. So dude, like, whether he knows it or not, whether he endorses us or not, he knows. He's not dumb, okay? He's not dumb. He knows that what we're doing here is actually amazing for ETH chain itself. It's amazing. A lot of volume, a lot of attention, a lot of eyes. So, and yeah, look at this. A list of the highest volume tokens on ETH, notice anything. We were the highest one, more than all of these. Do you know how insane that is? I mean, we weren't higher actually in volume, but somehow still at the top of the list. I don't actually understand how this works, but we're at the top of the list. But dude, insane. Okay, like it's insane. And yeah, the fact that this stock is completely bottomed, it's, yeah, dude, like, I'm telling you, that's all going to translate into the coin itself in Web3, the Web3 coin. I'm telling you. So yeah, the actual stock itself, they're valued at 2.2 billion. And yeah, I mean, they have Ethereum on their website now and everything. So yeah, bro, like, this is pretty bullish. And you know what's even more funny, to top it off? These guys are following like some of the key CTO people from SBET. I mean, this is one of the main leaders of SBET. He's following him. He's following, you know, obviously, yeah, Joseph. But he's been following a lot of people that have been promoting SBET a lot, you know. So they know exactly what they're doing, bro. They've been liking tweets as well. But here you can see firsthand. I mean, Pao, or Poro, however you say it, he's been promoting SBET a lot as well. And this guy as well. Oh, shit. So, yeah, man. Like, these guys know exactly what they're doing. And let me just show you one final thing, which I want to finish this video off with, okay? This is a speculative thing, which I was saying to just, you know, take it with a grain of salt. But here's the thing. When I initially saw the FUD, okay, when I initially saw the FUD and it crashed, I was telling someone, look, call me crazy, but it's either a complete idiot or this is insider as fuck. Because, you know, yeah, behind the scenes. Because not only is that a consistent strong volume since launch, but the thing is, when that FUD post dropped, it didn't just drop randomly. You know, it didn't just randomly come out of the blue. When it dropped, it was at a resistance point. Like, sure, it was price discovery, but based on the Fibonacci levels that I've drawn here, it was at a pretty big resistance point. Like, this line is what I call the breakout line here. This was a breakout line. And then here, it was at the 3.618 Fibonacci line here, like the third one, you know, around here. And if you notice, like, when that actual FUD post dropped, and mind you, there's a parabolic arc curve going on here as well. So yeah, there's a bit of TA, like, speculation into this as well. But yeah, there was an arc curve here. But mind you, when that FUD dropped over, look at this. We were entering like a wedge right at resistance. And then literally look how the chart looked right before the FUD post. Look at it. Like, it was consolidating in a somewhat bearish way because, you know, it had established a really clear, obvious resistance along here, okay, along here. And then low volume chop, and then boom, the post dump. And then not only that, but when it pumped back up again, the retest was of that parabolic arc curve that I was showing you. You know, so TA can work, bro, if you know what you're doing. Like, it definitely can. So it dumped, and it pumped right back to retest that, like, arc curve. And then, you know, so all that to say that who knows, dude? Who knows what the intention was, especially given the fact that it's still interacting with tweets and liking tweets like the one I showed you earlier. So yeah, bro, like, take it with a grain of salt, bro. I mean, what could this mean? What could this mean? And yeah, as I said, regardless, like, the strength we've had, you know, whether it's community driven or not, like behind the core, whether it actually is, regardless of what the reason is, it's still insanely bullish. The thing is, even if like big people are involved in this, given all the volume and, you know, attention it's gotten, end of the day, it might just always have to be indirect and low key. Maybe for legal reasons and this and that, they can't ever like publicly admit that, you know, they're actually, you know, involved and stuff. But yeah, behind the scenes stuff is all that matters, you know. As long as it's pumping and getting exposure, that's all that matters, you know. But bro, end of the day, he's a billionaire. He's not clueless. He's a co-founder of ETH. He liked countless shows of the CA in it. And he even liked a yeah, that's another tweet that I talked about in my previous video. He literally liked a fucking tweet that said, oh yeah, the, you know, on ETH, not the stock. Like, some guy made a tweet that said, oh yeah, I'm bullish on SBET, like on ETH, not the stock. So he was literally referring to like the, you know, the coin, and he still liked it. That was another tweet in my previous video. But yeah, again, this is a different one. Like, oh, let's flip the stock, and then it's just, it doesn't get more clear than that. And throughout this whole time, by the way, just to finish off, throughout this whole time, the hold account was going up. So I was told by one of the key guys that yeah, the hold account went up 50% throughout this whole ordeal recently. So yeah, 50% hold account. Let's see what the hold count is now in the distribution as well. Let's see real quick. 3,344. And then distribution. Okay. 2.4, 2.2, 1.9, 1.10. It's pretty healthy, man, actually. Like, above 1%, there's only 7 wallets above 1%. Yeah, wow. That's actually crazy. Like, a lot of people have been shaked out clearly then. Mexi, I don't know if that's legit, it must be. But yeah, they're holding 0.6% as well. Yeah, well, GG's, dude, GG's. These guys are holding all decent bags, bro, you know. GG's on them, bro. GG's for them. I'm bro, like, end of the day, after everything that I've discussed in this video, and we went through a lot in this video, for me, bro, I don't know if I've made it obvious already or not, but for me, the verdict is bullish. Despite all of this FUD, despite all of the nonsense and crazy shit that's happened recently, I would definitely say that I'm still bullish. In terms of the chart, yeah, we have broken down from kind of like this little wedge that I was hoping would play out. I had a feeling it wouldn't, purely because of just how parabolic this was, and we're gonna need more time to consolidate, I feel. I'm just not sure if I see us just chopping here and then setting up. Maybe we could fill that wick and then safely continue going up. But if we fail to hold that wick, I mean, the levels that I've drawn here, at least it's gone the 4 hour, which is a lot more important to hold. And that's the thing, it's always important to zoom out and go in higher time frames, just to have a more perspective. But from a 4 hour, higher time frame point of view, we could even go down as low as 5.5 or like 4.85, and it'd still be a bullish market structure. It still would be a high low, it still would be healthy. And dude, after such a crazy pump, and perhaps it seems like a lot of smart money and a lot of insiders want to accumulate more, maybe the best option for them is just to send price down. So who knows if they have market makers or not. With all this volume, I wouldn't be surprised. It's a meme, it's a CTO, maybe they probably don't. But my point is, yeah, like if we don't hold around these levels here and go back up, probably going to chop a bit around here before we continue. And that's perfectly fine for me. Hopefully by then I have more cash to invest more, accumulate more. But to me, everything still looks logically on paper still very much bullish. Nothing's really changed. If anything, I think things look a lot more interesting, a lot stronger now. You always got to keep in mind, man, that smart money, the elites, right, people in power, people of interest, they always have their own interest at heart, whether they want to admit it or not. And who knows what their game plan and what their playbook and what the strategy is going to be with this, in terms of the plans with it. But bro, I think personally that they're involved. One way or another, I think they are. Even if they don't want to admit it. But that's just my own speculation. As I said, everything in this video is just pure speculation. Not financial advice. And I'm really excited, man. I'm really, really excited. Putting money where my mouth is. I bought here, and it's funny because where I bought might end up being the next support level. So yeah, man, things are looking interesting. Thank you for tuning into this video of Bullish or Bullshit, and we'll talk soon. Thank you very much.